Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this video I've got 3 replays for you in the American Premium Tier 8 tank, the T92. So T92 is a light tank, and yeah, it's not a bad tank to be fair. And yeah, I just thought I'd sort of get a couple of replays out on it basically. Now I'm gonna go through the equipment setup. So what we run on this tank is we're running optics, camo net and vertical stabilizers. Usual light tank setup I think, but most of my light tanks I'll usually put this equipment spread on. Perks, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Muffled Shot, Camouflage Expertise, Green Thumb and Run and Gun. So just maxing out the camo perks as much as I can. Obviously can't run silent driving because that doesn't work on light tanks, it's ineffective, so it's kind of why I've put the run and gun on, just to go for a bit of gun stabilisation. So yeah, the gun on this is it's one of those quick firing guns, so I've not sort of gone for the reload option. You know, I think the reload's good enough. So in that sense, with light tanks, usually sort of accuracy is the next thing you want to sort of improve on. Usually, because then the accuracy isn't that great, but obviously, normal reasons you've got good mobility, so accuracy is always going to be sort of not great, just because you want to balance the tank out, which is fair enough. But like I say, that's what we're going to improve on when sort of filling those last perks or equipment slots. So we're on Halfaya Pass in the first replay, and if I'm honest, it's not the greatest of maps for light tanks in my opinion. Apart from here in the middle, there's not really many places in my view that you can sort of be effective as in scouting, because the mid zone is sort of like the brawl area. Here's usually where you sort of get a lot of TDs sitting around. Now there's 2 enemy artillery in this. There's obviously a light tank each. There's not many TDs, which is what I've noticed, and so I've just sort of thought, you know what, I'm gonna sort of go YOLOing in on this Stern Tiger P. The Stern Tiger P is quite isolated. He hasn't got any backups. Kind of made a misplay by coming over here on his own, to be honest. And it's gave me the opportunity to get some shots in. The enemy light tank is starting to get shots on me on the hill, so I'm not going to sit around and sort of try and, well, I am sitting around now, but initially I was just sort of running away. I had Artie looking at me. Now, the enemy light tank that was shooting at me didn't really do much damage, to be honest. Actually, it's 2 light tanks per team, and sorry, I only just realised that, and it was a tier 6 that was shooting at me, so I didn't really have much issue. I went chasing after him, which I'm assuming I sort of just wanted to get him out just because I thought he was a bit of a pest, and then sort of realised, well, going into the mid zone I'm just going to get chewed up there, so I thought better of it. Now I remember sort of lining up artillery when it come around this way, and so I just sort of figured, you know what, I'm just going to sort of go try and get artillery out, and then I'm going to try and sort of get on the other flank and get shots, side shots or rear shots into the tanks in the middle. Now artillery's sort of running away there, but we managed to get a couple of shots into him, trying to get a third, but he's just ducked out into cover. But we're just going to sort of push on here. We've got our friendly light tank with us as well, for a bit of extra support. Now we light the other artillery piece up here, so this is great. We've got round the side of him, got round the back of him, shot him in the track to track him in place. I don't want him moving around trying to get shots on us, and also we can just get track assist as well, with our friendly light tank shooting him as well. And there we go, we've just completely inhibited that enemy artillery piece, which is really good. The enemy are trying to cap the base. This is in counter mode, so we're not worried too much, just because obviously there are friendly tanks by the base, so they can sort of pop into the cap and neutralise it if needs be. Also the cap has quite a long timer. We come across the second enemy artillery, and we didn't really aim there. We got a bit lazy with our shots, and didn't quite manage to get the shot off. He's now sort of just jumped into the low ground. We were trying to get the kill on him, but our friendly light tank does the job for us. So yeah, I just kind of, I didn't really have a plan for this map, and I just sort of figured, you know what, I'm just going to go in and do whatever. You know, I really sort of didn't think I was going to be that effective in this game, so I just sort of went more for damage than assist. Like I say, it's not the sort of map that you can kind of, you know, get to sort of points and light tanks up. Obviously at the start you can, you know, you can sort of light the cross on the right hand side where we play, but you know, and you could play the middle if you wanted to, but there's no point really, you're not going to last long. We took a shot there from the Borsig, which is unfortunate. We were just getting a bit wrapped up in the tanks in the middle, just, you know, tunnel vision. There's only two tanks left, and we could afford to take the shot if we wanted to. We come around the back of this Borsig. We were going to sort of charge him, but thought, you know, better of it. Now we're just going to sort of play with this AMX-30. There's a bit of Jukes that has it going on here, and yeah, we get some shots in. And he gets taken out, and all that's left is this enemy Borsig. And I'm going to try and see if we can get down and get just a few more shots on him before he dies. But he gets taken out by our friendly light tank, and that brings an end to the first replay. So there we go, he picked up the win, come top of the board, which I was quite surprised at considering the map choice. You know, like I say, not really many places to play, but we pick up 3 kills, 3k damage, just shy of, well, just over 300 assists. And yeah, there we go. Sort of just first replay was just more for damage than anything. Second replay, we are on Sand River. And yeah, a bit more of a favourable map, I guess, for this type of tank. I believe we're top tier, so here is where I'm gonna sort of make a play into the middle. There's 2 light tanks on each team, there's no artillery, there's a couple of tank destroyers, so I'm sort of asking my team to cover me. Now ideally it's good when you have artillery on your team, because, you know, points like this you can get into this position. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm lighting up the cross. A lot of tanks go up to the dunes in the on the one line there. Oh, we're actually bottom tier. We're not top tier. So we've managed to get the jump on this E4, and we're going to track him in place, set him on fire there, which is beautiful. And that's exactly what you want when you're fighting tier 10s. You know, if you can set an E4 on fire, then that's a real bonus. But we got spotted, so we're just going to sort of get back into cover. Going to pop back up now. Took a little pot shot. I am, you know, this is being quite chancy here. I'm keeping an eye, obviously, on the A line as well, because the thing with this position is if you're in the middle, you have to be aware, because you can get shots from multiple angles. Obviously, you know, if you've got shots on multiple angles, then the chances are the enemy has multiple shots on you, or shots on you from various angles as well. So you have to bear that in mind. And like I say, now I'm sort of not taking any shots. I'm just staying here. I'm just trying to see what I can light up. Now this E4 is making a play across here, and yeah. I need to get out, because the last thing I want to do is get hit by the E4. E4 takes a shot, but he does actually miss, and I'm just getting out there. However, we picked up some nice assists from this guy, just sort of YOLOing across the middle of the map. And yeah, he's kind of made that middle position a little bit untenable now, so I'm just sort of going to pull back out and assess my options, and try and figure out sort of the next best passage of play. I'm really hoping that E4 gets shut down, to be fair, because I'd love to play that middle position again. It's kind of quite a strong point, but at this moment in time, all I can do is just bide my time and wait for an opportunity. I'm sort of just poking the ridges, just trying to see if I can get shots on anything. The E4 seems distracted, so I'm thinking I can take this opportunity to get some shots in. Now we get lit and we get targeted, so I'm going to get out of there. Again, it's being very chancy because, you know, TDs up on that ridge can delete you quite easily. So, yeah, I am gambling a hell of a lot. You know, the plays I'm making are seriously big gambles because, you know, it could easily go wrong if I got shot there. You know, if the enemy was a bit more switched on, if TD's in the back there were a little bit quicker with the aim and the trigger, there's a good chance I could either be one-shotted or at least put down to a one-shot by these TDs. Get a nice shot into heavy tank that's camping there. Now there's a TD sort of, I think, yeah, the Ruthless that's sitting there. It's like I say, if the Ruthless had a shot on us and managed to pen, that would have been good night for us. We wouldn't have lasted that. We are one shot for Ruthlesses. Death Stars, S-Barns, you know, Averies, a lot of the HE tanks, we would just be absolute cannon fodder for these guys. Now we're in a little bit of a bush here. I'm trying to see if I can get shots on this Object 705A. This is, you know, this is ambitious at best. You know, 705A has got some really decent armor on it for a Russian heavy, and at tier 8, yeah, I've got very slim chances of penning this guy. So, but you know, I'm just trying anyway. Yeah, this tank does have decent ammo count, so. You know, I can sort of, it's not like I have to be a bit conservative. I can get some shots off if I wanted to, without worrying too much about ammo loss. Now we're just sort of poking up on the left hand side here. We can see this Carnarvon. We couldn't quite get a clear shot on him, but we do pick up some assist by lighting that guy up. T92 is poking, he gets shot, so we pick up again a little bit more of assist, and this is all I'm doing. I'm just being patient. I'm sort of poking up here, trying to see if I can get shots, picking up some more assist in the process. Now we see this this tank on the left hand side of us. We do get lit for trying to take a shot at him, so again we're just sort of ducking out into cover, try and lose our spot, and then again just sort of rinse and repeat really. Now, yeah, I've sort of moved around. I'm not really sure what my play was here, but I do take a shot. I think I was sort of trying to probe and maybe sort of come up to the right hand side. Now this TD is chasing me, and I'm just kind of hoping that he gets shut down pretty quick. We're rushing in here and sort of trying to get shots off. We do manage to get a shot. I think because this is sort of late game, I'm now thinking, oh, I can take a bit of a risk. Sometimes that isn't quite the right thing to do, but yeah, that's just me for you. Just trying to sort of seize any opportunity I can at this point. Yeah, we're 4 tanks up. It should be quite comfortable. However, you know, I've seen stranger things happen, and we have lost, you know, I've lost in similar sort of positions before, so we don't want to take it too much for granted. Now we're moving over to their base here, getting this T77 lit up, and yeah, this is the problem when you just sort of hang around for too long. If the enemy's sort of quite aware and they get their gun on you, you'll get shut down. So yeah, a bit unfortunate. However, that you know, that was just a misplay on our part. We should have been a little bit more careful rather than carefree. But like I say, at that point I was just sort of doing anything to just sort of get that extra bit of damage in. But there's only one TD left, with which is this G-Saw, and he gets cleaned up comfortably, and yeah, picks us up the victory. So there we go. We come second on the board there. Just before, just behind the T44, who had an absolutely ridiculous game. No kills, but we do get 1.8k damage, and picking up the first class medal. And I think we done about 4.7k assist there. So, we've gone from one game where we done sort of heavy damage, to second game where it was more heavy assists. So it's just showing sort of the pros and cons really of this light tank. And like I say, it's a decent little light tank. It's got some good mobility, great camo and excellent vision range. So you know, it's a good sneaky light tank. You can play it active if you wanted to, but you can also play it passive. It's got that multi-use role. It can be one or the other, in my opinion, I think. So anyway, the third replay, we're top tier and we're on proc, and yeah, this is just, you know, your light tanker's absolute dream. Because obviously, you know, you're going to play the mid-ridge, going to light up as much as you can, and yeah, and that's exactly what we're doing. There's 4 light tanks on each team, so yeah, this is a bit of an absolute, yeah, just a complete balmy schizophrenic mess. Now you will see the enemy team there. We can see the Randy Duck playing his Jagdpanzer, that tier 7 German TD there. And yeah, now I know he's on the enemy team, I'm going to be sort of a little bit cautious here. I'm also thinking I want to get him out as quickly as possible, just because we all know how good the Randy Duck is. So yeah, I'm sort of just being cautious, knowing that he's in that position now, and I know he's going to be playing that position sort of near enough most of the game. But at this moment in time, I'm sort of just, you know, playing this mid-ridge. I'm just playing passive. I'm bumping into a lot of light tanks as well. This is, like I say, this is the problem when you've got 4 light tanks per team. It's just an absolute mad chaos of light tanks sort of getting in the way, getting into, yeah, bumping into each other. There's also Baraska on our team, so yeah, he's getting in on the melee. And yeah, we try and get a RBRT shot on that Leo there. And that's all I'm going to do on this tank. I'm not going to sort of stop and aim unless I'm in cover. When I'm on the move, I'm just going to snap that. I'm not going to. There's absolutely no way I'm going to sort of stop in the middle of proc. Try getting a snapshot on that Bulldog there, but doesn't quite connect. And we're actually down on tanks here. We're down 3 tanks, but you know, tanks camping on the 1 line, and I'm just going to be patient now. We've lost all our light tanks, so now it's sort of, I'm thinking, right, okay, well, it's down to me to sort of create the vision. They've still got all their light tanks alive, however, I think a couple of them are sort of one-shots. So yeah, it would be ideal to sort of get those light tanks out first. I was sort of thinking about possibly playing the 1 line here, you know, sort of trying to light up the TDs and anything sitting on the back. We keep crashing into rocks that are hidden in bushes, because why not? And just some terrible driving on my part, not paying attention. That's the problem with proc, when, you know, it can just be absolute chaos, and sometimes you don't really sort of look where you're going because you're too busy focusing on you know, focusing on the map and how things are playing out. So yeah, it's been a bit of a chaotic game so far to start off with. We have racked up over 1,000 assists with 600 damage. We're gonna take out that Chrysler K there, just because, you know, the opportunity was there to do it. We were sort of in relatively good cover, so yeah, we was going to take that position. Baraska's spotted up Randy and his Jagdpanzer there. So yeah, we're gonna sort of try and take a few shots, J-Panther should I say. Try and get a cheeky bind fire in there, but unfortunately it doesn't quite pay off. But yeah, now we're just sort of moving around. We're not going to sit still. Trying to go in through the light tank. I think that was the Jagdpanther that just got a shot into me. And yeah, I just get a little bit overzealous there, and I think I just sort of made too much of a risky play. Sort of trying to focus on getting that light tank out. Baraska's now sort of absolutely sort of fully charged into the 1 line there, and I'm half expecting him to get taken out. We're going to get some shots into Randy Duck, but he gets taken out by that Barask there. That Barask just sort of full sent that side. He now gets taken out by this Italian TD. We're going to sort of get side shots, going to try and see if we can get the kill shot into him, and we do. That sort of puts us on 2.1k damage now with 1k assist and 2 kills. Want to try and take care of this light tank if I can. This is the only light tank left. It's a friendly T92, so I think, do you know what, I'm going to go in. We managed to get a nice little fire on him, trying to see if we can get the kill shot. He gets a shot into us, but just damages our tracks. Now, we're not doing a very good job of aiming here, and this is where we sort of need free aim. But luckily, he turns, and we managed to sort of get the RB on him and take him out. We're below half health now, but now I'm sort of satisfied. We've got rid of that light tank. Now we've got a bit of freedom. Going to poke up here, trying to see if I can get a shot on that Czechoslovakian heavy tank there. Unfortunately, we bounced the side of him. But we can see his T54E2 in the back there, who's camping. He's getting his clip off. I want to get as many shots as I can into this guy because that is a dangerous tier 8 tank. We do get a couple in, but we are lit. So I'm going to duck down here. I know majority of the tanks are on the other side now, out in the field. So our team's sort of camping the one line, but we need to sort of start, making things happen. And sort of putting the action on so we can sort of get these tanks down. Try and take a sneaky snapshot on that Ariete there, but it doesn't quite pay off. And yeah, now we're sort of going back, just going to lose our spot. And yeah, I think I'm just sort of sussing out the best passenger play, just sort of try and get an angle. Now this Ariete has just made a misplay and has gone in on our Kirovets. He's taken him out, but he sort of pushed over our side. In actual fact, I say he's made a misplay. He's done a good job of taking out one of our friendly tanks, but I thought I might have had the opportunity to get a shot on him, but unfortunately we don't. There's just three of us left now against 5 tanks, so the numbers they're not really in our favour at the moment. But saying that, I'm going to do the best I can to sort of try and get a wide angle on these guys and get some shots. We know one enemy tank is in the cap here. We've still got sort of roughly 40 seconds left, so I'm not panicking too much. However, he's been lit, so I'm sort of thinking I can possibly get a shot in, get reset on the cap, and we do. The Ariete gets taken out. I'm lit and targeted, so I'm going to get out as quickly as I can. We've reset the cap, so we know we don't have to worry about that. We just need to sort of figure out where the remaining 3 tanks or remaining other tanks are. However, KV3 here has just made a misplay and has sort of, gave his backside to us. T34 has come out the cap. Now everyone is lit up. So I'm going to sort of just sit on this mid ridge. Unfortunately, we bounced the side of that T54E2 there. But luckily, we do get a few shots in. Now we can see this Italian heavy tank here, which we can easily get side shots into. He's, these guys are kind of stuck now. We've got multiple angles on both these tanks, and yeah, I'm just gonna sort of try and farm these guys as best as I can. Getting some shots into this carrier here. He's kind of trying to use that Debrek. Now he's gonna charge us. I'm not too fast because at the end of the day we've got these bushes in front of us. Unfortunately, we're not doing a very good job of taking them out here. We're trying to aim the shot and keep hitting his upper plate though, and his lower plate's a bit angled. However, there we do. We get it through the turret. Now we're trying to get an escape there, and we drive straight into a rock. Big brain moment. And yeah, bit unfortunate, but we're going to get out now. We're going to use that Debrek. We just evade the shot there, and now we're running away. And yeah, that T54E2 just sort of ran into some trouble there and got took out by our friendly Barask. And that brings an end to the game. It was a bit of a chaotic game, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, we get sort of top of the board there, picking up 4 kills, 3.2k damage, 2.3k assist. And yeah, just that brings an end to the replay and the video. So yeah, T92 is a decent little light tank. Most people will have this tank. I don't know when it'll be on sale again, but I definitely recommend it if it does. It's yeah, just be a right sneaky tank there. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. So until next time, I'll catch you later.